Can this anomaly on Saturn tie together religion and science, finally, to be able to admit that we don't know what's going on in the universe? Our five senses are limited. Our language sucks. All language sucks. Language was invented to explain the reality that we live in. So we can't possibly use language to explain things that are outside of our five senses. So we use symbols.
That's right.
And Emery knows that's what the pyramids are for. We have to get rid of our own bias about what's happening here. We can't blame aliens every time we find something that is unexplainable.
Yeah.
Words don't work, symbols do. We don't necessarily see the world as it is, we see the world as we are. So let us explore this idea of the black cube in the first place. We know that the cube in a lot of mythologies represents the limitations of the human body, whereas the circle or the sphere seems to represent the subtle energies of the divine. We know that within a macrocosm, spheres form naturally due to gravity, whereas the carbon atom, of which we are all made of, seems to take on a strange configuration of cubes and hexagrams. How is that possible? If the cube represents the limitation of the human body, that is the ox that is to be tamed within Zen mythology, how can we be taught to transcend this animal form into our subtle divine natures? The answer to that question, unfortunately, is suffering. And that's where things start to get a bit dark, because we don't learn without suffering. In fact, suffering is the catalyst of all invention and technology. We essentially chase comfort. To live in this animal body, we are subject to desires. We need air, food, and water. It's literally painful to exist in physical reality. If you think about physical reality in the case of the Gnostic view of the demiurge having created it, syntax error, it would almost seem as if it was an accident, or at least, if on purpose, what if it is some form of school? Use that error to create a school for flawed beings such as ourselves who are born in original sin. Otherwise, we might have been wiped clean by the primordial first cause.